1 second, everybody.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, so we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued now. This is going to be showing up here. This would be North Dakota. Is that what we got here, North Dakota? Seriously, over by Fargo. That is the new severe thunderstorm warning up in that area. This is in a marginal risk as we take a look at that. This is the outline by the Storm Prediction Center. We got things popping up in the northern section versus where the slight risk is. Right now, the slight risk is in a capped area, capped zone. Again, I'm going to have to verify that we are live here on YouTube, so bear with me one moment. All right, I was able to verify that we're live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So welcome, everybody. This is kind of a last-minute thing. We were expecting to have some severe weather. Just we have an event today where we're doing some filming in the park in Sioux Falls, and we're also having a meetup with youth. Younger generation weather enthusiasts that reached out to our team and wanted to meet up with us. So we're excited. We can't release who it is and all that, and we're not going to release where it's going to be, but it's this person's going to be able to sit in the chase vehicle, kind of do some operating of things. We're not going to be doing an actual chase today, but lots going on. Let's go ahead and make sure that we... Hey, MJ, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. On Facebook. And I don't have the YouTube chat going, so let me see if I can get that going here. All right, I got the YouTube chat going, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let's go through the weather models and see what might end up happening here. This is the latest weather model. It is updated at 17Z. And this is what is predicted to have happened. So we can see those firing off, the storms over by Winter and Valentine, and then pushing through areas just south of Huron. And it looks like we might have a struggle as we get into later of the evening, southwest of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's where we could see that wind and hail threat as it goes into the overnight hours. I appreciate you all joining. I won't be live this whole entire time, but nonetheless, we do want to make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on here. This is the latest HRRR weather model. Let's, again, take a look at that risk that we have for the tornadoes. That's for Winter, Valentine, Ainsworth, and North Platte, Kearney, Nebraska. And if we take a look right now at the excessive rainfall, that is a huge threat as well. This was updated at 11:58 this morning. So there are areas that are going to be isolated pockets of 2 inches per hour of rainfall rates in that slight risk area. So just be aware, because this is going to kind of get a little bit stationary and go hitting the same areas over and over again. I shouldn't say stationary, but basically training thunderstorms, and then the thunderstorms redeveloping over the same areas over and over again. And that ends up being the main issue for the slight risk of the heavy rainfall. Sorry, folks. I don't know if anybody else is noticing, but I got a fly that will not quit. But as you can see, the today's reports right now, hasn't been anything coming in from South Dakota, North Dakota, and Nebraska yet. Those update on a regular basis automatically. This is kind of our analysis that we have versus really doing the severe weather stuff. So we're going to analyze what exactly is expected to go throughout the day. Here's the reflectivity, updraft, helicity, and what that does is kind of shows us the intensity throughout the day. Gosh, these flies are driving me nuts. So we're going to have, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning up in areas in North Dakota over by the Fargo area. And this is not a live look at this, but rather a weather model. And this is the timing, what we're expecting somewhere around 5 p.m. Things are going to look like that. We look at radar. Looks like things are really trying to start over by that Mission and Winter area already. We do have a mesoscale discussion, and let me get to that real quick if I can. Appreciate you all being here. On the right side, you're able to see all the temperatures and current winds. I apologize. Some of that actually may have some issues. I was having some issues with it earlier today. We've got a number of spotters already out, and I'm having a little bit of a struggle here, mainly because this dang fly. I'm just struggling with, I'm having a brain fart moment here. Of where exactly. One second, folks. Apologize, folks. I'm getting to it. It's been a very rough last couple of days. My brain has been completely scattered. So many different organizational things, but I don't want to bore you with that. I'm trying to get my gears together of exactly what it was that I was trying to look for, and for whatever reason, I'm having a struggle. So give me a moment. All right, folks, what I'm trying to pull up is the mesoscale discussion, and for whatever reason, I am having a total loss at why I can't see anything. Everything with my computer today, if it could go wrong, everything's gone wrong. It's been a rough morning here. I don't know.
Try to switch this. Oh.
There we go. Now I got it. Okay, so we got the mesoscale discussion at this point in time. We finally have that up. Here it is. So there's a watch likely in this area. So supercells to increase with potential for large hail and damaging wind. Thunderstorm development is underway across central South Dakota near a region of increasing mid-level ascent over spreading the central northern plains behind morning convection. Clearing cloud cover has allowed for modest heating with temperatures in the 80s and dew points in the upper 60s to 70s. This has yielded a mid-level cape. Convective allowed potential energy is what that stands for, around 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. So not real robust, but enough. Deep layer shear is 20 to 30 knots. That's going to give veering wind profiles that will support supercell modes and potential for large hail and damaging wind initially. Through time, guidance suggests that clustering will occur with increasing potential for damaging wind into the evening. A watch will likely be needed this afternoon to address these potential threats. Again, this is in that area right there. So Yeah, Michelle. Yeah. Thank you so much for clapping. Yeah. My ADHD brain is having big time today. Thank you, Michelle, so much. Um, you get so many dang thoughts all at once. All right. So the next thing that I want to kind of point out here is let me shut those. Let me put the severe alerts on there, and then we'll bring it back. I prefer this satellite look right here. The reason why I want to show that is take a look at all these different pockets of cloud cover that's dissipating. You got clearing right here, and then the storms are kind of right in this winter area, and you got clearing on the southwest side of that right here. So all of those pockets where there's clearing, you're going to start to see that development of severe thunderstorms. As long as it doesn't get overshadowed too much by all that cloud cover. I got a number of spotters out, and the storm reports, not really much of going on. And storm chasers, we do see a couple of people. They're targeting this area right here. That's where the greatest tornado potential is. If we bring up the outlooks for the tornadoes, bring that up here. There's that tornado potential, and you were able to see those right in Brownlee and Ainsworth area. That's the main area of concern would be right in this area here. Let me show you why I think that is a great area to target. I mean, it's not great that they're going to potentially have tornadoes, but 0 to 3 kilometer Cape, if we take a look at that, that's going to show us the 0 to 3 kilometer convective allowing potential energy. And as we go through, look at this right here near Chambers and O'Neill, based on this around 5 p.m. It's odd that they're on that side, but let's take a look at significant tornado parameters through time. I want to see how that evolves. They're going to need to get further south, in my opinion, based on this weather model. Let me make sure that we're on the latest. That is the latest weather model. And then let's take a look at the shear, 0 to 1. Well, they are in a good spot for the shear. Back it up to 5. You can certainly see that shear right here. We'll put an analyzer on that. And that's showing 47 knots over by Ainsworth around 7 p.m. And we don't have a whole lot of shear there until later. Let's take a look at the SIN. This would be the convection inhibition. So this is kind of the lid. Okay, I want to back this up a little bit and see if there's still a lid or a cap in the atmosphere. It's pretty much eroded. And then as we get into 6 p.m., this isn't a cap. This is the storm initiation around 6 p.m., even more robust. Again, significant tornado parameter. We have values of 1.1 over by Verdell around 10 p.m., but backing it up, going to be a conditional threat here, but somewhere in this area around 7 p.m. See if the energy helicity matches up. Ainsworth area around 7 p.m. Let's back it up even further. I want to see if there's going to be initiation even sooner. So here's an area of concern over by Ideal. Storm relative helicity. It's not there. Updraft helicity, not there. What I'm looking for right now is trying to see all those elements, and it looks like everything really shows up super late, so 7 or 8 p.m. over here by Ainsworth. Look at that. 2.2 for 2.8 for a significant tornado parameter number, and then the shear matches up with a possibility of having that around between 7 and 8 p.m. And if we look at the Caleb, what about northwest and western Iowa for severe weather? Not expecting that today. We're looking at not anything significant. Your outlook for tomorrow, that's gonna be where that threat is for tomorrow. Let me go back to, as you can see, marginal risk for northwest Iowa. And then tomorrow pushes further south. So we're not expecting that at this point in time. I will kind of show you the weather model and show you what is possibility for that, since we do have it on there right now. And squirrel brain activated. There we go. As you can see, northwest Iowa, western Iowa, there is a possibility at 9 p.m., like over by Harlan after 9 p.m. But as that moves through a little bit further, get that in the right view here, can start to see maybe 11 p.m. Sheridan, Iowa, but really not anything real robust. Yes, there will definitely be some watches issued for Nebraska. North central Nebraska is where there likely is going to be, right around Ainsworth and O'Neill. That would likely be a severe thunderstorm watch, maybe a tornado watch. There is that tornado risk, but it's not. It's kind of isolated. There's that 2% area. We'll have to see how that progresses along. Let me actually look at the forecast discussion here. And a more cellular mode is likely early in the convection with a trend towards a more clustered linear. So that's going to be the wind threat is the primary threat versus the tornado threat. Tornado threat is secondary. So there are chasers down there, but that tornado threat is going to be more isolated versus widespread. Let's take a look at that. We do have a couple of chasers, Ryan Shaw and Tornado Pagey down there by Ainsworth and Brownlee. They're targeting those areas, and they're extremely bright in their own right and extremely bright to be positioned where they are, because that is an area that is definitely prone to have severe weather over the coming hours. Let's take a look at that model again and see how it matches up with them. Look at that. Right spot on around 6 p.m. So they got some hours to wait. But over here, that would be an area of concern right here. That'd be where I would want to position myself. And then maybe even further south right there. All depends on the shear, though. Yeah, those two areas right there. Look at that. I mean, if we put an analyzer on that, you can certainly see why they would want to target those areas. We've got 53 knots of shear. And right here we got 40, 49, 47. Plenty of shear, plenty of capability to have things going. Definitely appreciate everybody being in here. Caleb, I appreciate you being in here on YouTube. We're going to go back to the live radar, see what's going on. There's that watch. They do have that. Okay, so this is a severe thunderstorm watch now until 9 p.m. And this does include south central South Dakota, which includes Winter. Okay. There's that watch. You did see that down below, and I wasn't paying attention to that on the map. Thankfully, that ticker certainly takes care of the job. So that area is under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. tonight. This does also include Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, Spencer, Nebraska, and then, of course, Brownlee and Ainsworth. You can see it right there. All we have right now are special weather statements. There is still an area up towards Fargo. This is a watch unlikely, 20%. So that is a severe thunderstorm over by Fargo. Radar indicated 60-mile-an-hour winds, but that is right now our only severe thunderstorm warning. Everything else is pretty much special weather statements for at least areas of South Dakota. But again, we're expecting this development to continue to evolve over the next several hours. All right, folks. Appreciate it so much. We've got the bot taking care of things here. And right now, I'm not going to be live the whole entire time. As I was stating, we have a meet and greet with a younger generation that is super excited about weather, and they want to learn a lot more of what our team does. And we do have filming in the Sioux Falls area today. In the next couple hours, we're going to be doing some filming in parts of Sioux Falls, South Dakota today on kind of a introduction music video, if you will. Introducing Brian Anglin, who is our guru of logistics, storm chasing, forecasting, you name it. That dude does it. And then Jeff Vandera, our VP, does all the back end stuff for us, as well as storm chasing. When do you think severe weather will return to Northeast Iowa? It will definitely return to Northeast Iowa very soon. Northeast Iowa, we're watching for the potential Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and Saturday. So I know these slight risk outlooks right here don't really depict it a whole lot, but I think these are gonna evolve. Also, yes, next week there is that potential for next week, August 5th through the 10th, I believe. Iowa, Nebraska, and even Minnesota will probably have some more development over the next couple of weeks. Kind of late, crazy season that we're having here. But that's all right. Did you guys happen to see the crazy video where I lost my phone and then it all of a sudden came back? That was crazy. So I was filming outside of the chase vehicle and dropped it, and it actually survived. I was shocked. Let's take a look at the echo tops on these. And what the echo tops does is help us figure out exactly how high up in the atmosphere the tops of the towers are. And when we analyze that here, we can certainly see 57,000 feet. I'm actually quite surprised that we don't have a warning on this yet. Let's take a look at the vertical integrated liquid. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of hail. Yeah, we passed the 1 year anniversary of July 28th moderate risk. Yeah, it's crazy. This one up here by Norris and Parnley. Let's see if that's okay. Yeah, these two right here. We could have a severe thunderstorm warning being issued here shortly. So if you're over by Mission Mission, South Dakota, near the Rosebud Indian Reservation. I would be generally concerned that this will probably start dropping bigger hail as we look at that. Look at that. This is topped out at this point. 59,000 feet. Might have to use the North Platte. North Platte radar would probably bring that up. And yeah, even with the North Platte, it's getting topped out at 56,000 feet. And so is this one. So really, these ones here should start firing off and some warnings, special weather statements. There we go. We definitely have a special weather statement here, but I think this is going to, so at 1:55 a moment ago, radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Parmley or 20 miles southwest of White River, moving southeast at 15. They're moving super slow, and that's good for safety concerns, but as we move along, things could get a little crazy. Can I give me a look at the severe risks next week? I don't want to go into next week. That's so much is going to change. We're covering this right now, but I understand. Outlooks. Actually, let me just. Here's what I kind of utilize. I'll utilize the Euro APHIS model. Make sure we have the latest model here, 12Z. For next week, what we'll look at is the shear. And as you can see, kind of a broad dip on the 3rd right here. This is going to be for North Dakota, some more severe weather expected there. Really don't see a whole lot until we get into, look at that, on the 14th, another possibility. That's a long ways out. We're 15 days out. But this is setting up to be a possibility of a big-time wind threat for areas of Montana, and then eventually, if it would progress east and southeast, for the Great Plains. Logan, I think the main reason is it depends on which weather model we're utilizing, but there's some AI models that are coming through that get highly controversial, but I think the main reason why some of them are not doing so well is the atmosphere is just really still in that transition from, I mean, I know it's in an El Nino right now, but it's also, our whole climate is changing, from still changing from the La Nina to the El Nino, but depending on how strong it goes, it's going to continue to get stronger and stronger. And as that changes, things in the atmosphere, these models are having a tough time picking it up, because quite honestly, in my personal opinion, 2015, 2016 is kind of where we're going for a strong El Nino effect. So if you can look back for the fall and the winter and look back at 2015, 2016, that's where I think these are going to compare to this 2026, 2027 fall and winter season. In the Sioux Falls, South Dakota specific area, we did have about 78 inches roughly of snowfall for that season. And that's where I think we're going to be going with that. Back at live radar here, we'll take a look at the super resolution reflectivity. Again, no severe thunderstorm warnings yet, but these are 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts in Parmley, South Dakota, and Mission, South Dakota. Those are the only two special weather statements, but we do have that severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. Lance, for tonight, I don't expect Sioux Falls to get impacted. Areas to the south, and I mean Sioux Falls, I don't expect you to get impacted by severe weather. There could be that possibility of some isolated pockets of flooding in some urban low-lying areas. But as far as the wind threat, I don't really see it, and I'll show you what I mean or why I mean that at this point with the latest HRRR weather model. We'll go back to that and show you that for Sioux Falls area. We'll back this up a little bit here. As we go through, you can see it kind of picks up on something just north of Sioux Falls at 4 p.m., but doesn't really look that robust. And then kind of dies out. As we go through about 8 p.m. here, nothing really happening. 9 p.m., 10, we can see some things happening over by Mitchell, South Dakota, and down further south over by Chambers, Nebraska. And then that kind of shifts towards the southeast as we move into the overnight hours, midnight time frame. And there's why I think that Sioux Falls will miss out on it. It goes further down to Beresford, Elk Point, Lamar's, Sioux Center. Northwest Iowa does have the possibility based on this latest run. I know earlier I was saying to Caleb that there wasn't really a whole lot, but again, it just depends on what this weather model picks out. And you can kind of see a curvature right here around 4 o'clock in the morning. If that thing can hold it together, Storm Lake and Ida Grove could end up being some heavily impacted areas. So when we looked at the, let me just show you what I mean, why it's so difficult. We'll compare runs here, okay? So we're going to look at, let's look at 5 o'clock, okay? So here's where 5 o'clock, what it looks like on the latest model run, okay? But let's look at 5 o'clock on the previous run. Kind of the same, but down here by West Point, not a whole lot. Previous to that on 15Z update, still staying pretty consistent. 14Z, again, staying consistent. It just doesn't look, when you look at the 13Z, Northwest Iowa didn't really look that robust. But the main area that stays pretty consistent is right here by Valentine and Ainsworth area. Look at that. If we go between model runs, it is staying pretty consistent over Winter Mission area at that 5 p.m. time frame. And we're going through another model run that's only 4 frames done. So again, you guys could support by sending stars. You can also support by doing PayPal. If you do that, support the storm chasing mission. And you can find, donate through SD Weather Enthusiast. PayPal.me/SD Weather Enthusiast. Again, showing this threat for today is the slight risk for South Dakota, South Central South Dakota, Gettysburg, Pierre, Dupree, Bison, Valentine, Nebraska, O'Neill, Columbus, Kearney, Lincoln, and all the way down to Beatrice and Concordia. So that's what we have. This is the latest information. So I'm going to let you guys go. Please make sure that you join us. We'll probably be live a little bit later today when we meet up with an amazing youthful child and her family to inspire the younger generation. And my son Nate right now is kind of looking at, let's look at the super resolution velocity here. Not a whole lot going on. And we do see those ecotops staying right around 50 to 60,000 feet. Vertical integrated liquid does show that it's a little not as great as it was before.
Oh, it just
There you go. Thank you, Nate. So we do have now a severe thunderstorm warning, and we're going to have that pop out. There we go.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
And that's got 1 inch or quarter-size hail southeast at 15 miles per hour. That's for Todd County in South Dakota. As we're stating, I knew it was going to happen soon. It just took them forever for some reason. So, again, we'll read the whole thing here so that we can kind of give you guys a track here. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. So this is going to be impacting areas Sekengu Village, Littleburg, Lakeview, and East Rosebud reservations. I don't know, was it about 15 minutes ago? I was talking to people about that. The severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles east of Lakeview or 14 miles south of Mission, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. So get in your safe place. You want to make sure you stay away from windows. This is going to continue to move southeast at 15. We'll put a tracker on it. And see what we can come up with here. And that's not really much help. Clear that. I forgot. What do we have to do? 2 points? I think we'll do a point. And we'll get the... let's get this one here. Whoops, wrong direction. Let's go from that point and southeast. And that's 15 miles per hour. So that shows, yeah, it's a little tricky to do that. I haven't learned a whole lot on this one. It's a little tricky still to do that. See if I can get 2 points here. This one and this one. Is it allow me to do that? Whoa, first position saved. Okay, both estimate clicks used to the same point location. Oh, that's weird. Should we go right here? What's the civil weather potential for next week for Northeast Iowa in like a 2 out of 5 risk all next week? Yeah, Caleb, I don't go into that. That's kind of baiting in my opinion. I can't give you that information. That's too far out. Going out next week.
Oh, next week I can look at that.
Yeah, but there's not gonna. We can't give them the civil weather potential for next week.
That.
Yeah, that's a little tricky. All right. Whoa, Lisa, thank you so much. I appreciate the 100 stars on Facebook. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So we do still have this severe thunderstorm warning here for Rosebud area. Again, this storm here by Parmley, I have a feeling this is. Let me go to show you the excessive rainfall, and it's going right in that area right here. So the excessive rainfall is a real risk here for Mission, Winter, Burke, all those areas, because These storms are going to continue to go over the same areas for a little while. What do you got? Do we have a severe thunderstorm warning now, or what?
No. Chases, this one's.
Yes, I know he's going to go back up towards Valentine. So Ryan Shaw is going to go back up towards Actually, he's probably going to.
It's going to probably down.
I think he's going to take Nebraska 97 and approach towards Valentine on the south side of this. That's what I would do if I was him. And let's take a look at that. Let's analyze these vertical integrated liquid. Let's enhance ecotops. What about if we take a look at the resolution velocity? It's a little tough to see that. That's way up there, but it's very difficult to see that from that far out. Yes, Northeast Iowa does look active, and actually, there's a great site that that does give that information. We look at the outlooks. My computer's having a little bit of a slow time because I've just got so much stuff on. But the other thing I do like to look at is Northern Illinois. What is that? NIEC, right? Get my favorites here.
Oh, you're talking about tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole if I keep doing that, but
Just type in extended range severe weather event.
oh, it's supercell composite. So we do sometimes look at this. It's experimental. And here's what it shows for August 6th through the 12th. So Northwest Iowa, if you look at these, this is Northern Illinois University puts these out. This is a CFS version 2, week 2 accumulated supercell composite. So as you can see, the farther you go, the deeper the shades of red. That looks like the supercell composite shows Northwest Iowa, August 6th through the 12th. But again, this is, you know, it's just one element. It doesn't necessarily say it for sure. And then we start to see this. Earlier, I was showing the European model, APHIS model. So Montana, northern Montana, this is picking up on that supercell composite there as well. So that's kind of, there we go.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been
Now
issued.
they're pushing it further south, and there's that Nebraska one. We expected this as it pushes further south. This is Cherry County, Nebraska. That particular severe thunderstorm now it expires at 3 p.m. At 2:13, a severe thunderstorm was located near Sakanagu. Oh boy, I'm going to get butchered on social media for this. Or 8 miles northwest of Valentine, moving east. Oh, they're pushing east and they're building faster. So these are going to start. So they were going, some of them were going 15 miles an hour. Now they're moving at 25. And this has got 60 mile an hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So that means that it's going to continue to increase in intensity here. And that wind threat will really evolve. The impact, this is going to impact Valentine and Crookston. Let me go back to the super resolution reflectivity here. And you can certainly see that right there. And if I put that weather alert on one more time, let's take a look at Sioux Falls here and see if we have anything for traffic cams here. 1 second. Let me get the traffic cams pulled up. 1 second. Actually, no. Where's the traffic? There we go. So now I can put those in. We're going to put these traffic cams in and see if we can get those. 1 second here. I got to go to my G drive here. I forgot I can actually just pull them in here. Do you see where the traffic one is? This. There it is. Add all. There we go. All right, we'll take a look here and see if we have take a look at this, see if we got anything going there. Oh yeah, it's definitely raining there. And that's a look at 10th Street and Cliff. Let's take a look at Minnesota. And we'll take a look at 41st. We can get all three of those pulled up here. So definitely seeing some rain in Sioux Falls right now. But so this is going to make it interesting for us to do our filming.
What? Oh, these?
Yeah, I mean these are not.
They're not. It's not.
Yeah.
That's.
There's all three, maybe.
BTP. 2.
Yep, I see that. 41st Street and Louise are having a connection issue, so I apologize. But we still are seeing lots and lots of rain no matter where we're at. Let's see 26th Street and Southeastern. Let's see if that one's working. Yeah, it is. There it is. All right, so yep, rain throughout Sioux Falls right now. Continuing. We'll shut those traffic cams off for now. And we'll head back down here to these storms that we got going on. And we're going to show you the mesoanalysis page here for a second. And I want to point out this. So Nate's going to do some talking here for a minute. Nate, go ahead and tell me what you see. Be honest.
Right here would be the best area.
Right here? Let's draw it out. Are you saying right here?
Yeah.
So that's way too big, dude. Okay, let's get rid of that. That didn't really work so well, did it? So this area here that's circled, should we check it? All right, we're going to shut that off, and we just click on it, and we can, oh yeah, double click. And then what we could do is we can actually look at point values. Surface-based CAPE right now for that area, 3675, the mixed layer CAPE, 2785. Our decape value is 867. So that there, it tells me it's not a wind threat as much, but we do have that effective shear at 33 knots. So I would say there's a strong possibility, growing possibility, that we could get a brief spin up based on these environmental values. The STP value effective is 1.1. and the 850 to 300 millibar mean wind degrees, 254 over 19. So there is that possibility right in that zone there, which would make sense. Let's take a look. Do we see anything that points out to you?
Go to.
That's so hard. That's a little tiny one. That's hard to see. Let's go right here. Yeah, I hate it when it's in between radars. It's like really difficult to get a good read on anything, but
That's what I'm talking about. Right there.
right here.
This way.
Let's see what Nate's looking at. Right here, is that what you're talking about? There?
Right here.
So we'll see what happens. Hello, how are you? ST Win on YouTube. I appreciate you being here. Let's take a look. Do we have any other questions? Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in this area of just north of Valentine. This is going to continue to push off towards the east. It's going at 25 miles per hour. And now we do have Tornado Pagey moving up northwest on Highway 20. Going to be hitting Wood Lake area. She probably sees what we see. This little puppy right here by Valentine is going to continue to grow. And this is a good time for her to get up there, because if she gets up there, yes, there's a little bit of very broad circulation. I don't want to really, it's really, we're having a difficult time because we're kind of in between radars to see all of it. But if you look at the SPC mesoanalysis page, and we're looking at the significant tornado parameter numbers right here, this.
Go on to VTP.
Oh, violent tornado parameters. So this area here, let me remove this interactive portion here. So this circled area here, all is potential. It has VTP, or violent tornado parameter, and the mixed layer SIN. This basically means that's a huge area to watch for tornadic activity. So if we go measure it with regards to where that is located, basically right in this vicinity here is where we want to be watching out. That's a lot of county areas, but still. So not really a whole lot rotation-wise that I can tell right now, but again, as a reminder, there is the tornado. I'm sorry to hear that. A 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck New Zealand. The North Storm has more? Okay. Well, thank you, Gerald. I appreciate it.
Oh my lord.
Oh my lord, what?
Croxton, this storm has 61,000 VA.
Yeah, it's pretty big. All right, folks, I've got to go get ready. I got to go get ready. We're going to be doing filming. I guess we're going to be doing filming in the rain at this point in Sioux Falls. And then we're going to be going to a restaurant, meeting up with I know your mom, by the way. Okay.
What the?
Okay, I appreciate that. Huh. Now you're going to have me thinking the whole time. That's all right.
These storms right here get to this one, which that's why it has an influence.
All right. Ah, okay, gotcha. All right. Anyhow, we're going to be filming in Sioux Falls, and then we're going to be meeting up with a family for a get-together, inspiring our youth that reached out to us and wanted to have a meetup with our storm chasing crew. Brian Engelin's going to be bringing his storm chase truck along with the equipment. We're going to have that all ready to go. That meetup is later this evening, but we got to get ready. I got to freshen up a little bit, and I'm going to let you guys go. So I appreciate you guys being on here on YouTube as well as Facebook. Again, be aware that there's severe weather expected as it pushes off to the east and the south. There's going to be southern development. But as far as Sioux Falls goes, let's go through a brand new update from the HRRR here and see what it shows. There it is, pushing off to the east-southeast. And then even Huron, possibly, and Phillip and Wall. But look at that. It has a struggle for Sioux Falls area until super late. And quite honestly, the most intense storms, I have a feeling this is not going to come through. But keep your guard up. You never know. So that wouldn't be hitting Sioux Falls area until about 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, yeah, there's rain right now, but severe-wise, it doesn't look like it's going to hit the Sioux Falls area until maybe after midnight. Then areas of Lincoln, Geneva, York. Look at that. That's going to be pretty intense storms around midnight there as well. Back it up a little bit. That'll push off to the east and southeast. Even towards Falls City. This will be the big-time wind threat right here. This one right here, as you can see that curvature there. It's not real robust, but still. Independence, Iowa, tomorrow evening around 6:30 p.m. until 8, because I'm swimming at the pool. Will I be okay? Well, let's take a look and see since we're right there, and then we're going to let you all go. Independence, Iowa. I got to figure out where that is. You're going to have some rain, some intense rain, early morning hours.
But then you should be good.
I'm not able to go out that far with the latest weather model because it hasn't gotten that far out. We got to wait another 20 frames, roughly. 15, 16 frames. So with respect to your severe weather for Independence, Iowa, we'll just look at the outlooks here.
Well, tomorrow is not it. Get fine.
General thunderstorms. There is that possibility, though.
It's gonna be all the way down here. And you were talking about going chasing tomorrow. It's gonna be all the way down.
A tornado threat over there in Columbia, Centerville. Really not. And then it pushes off to Nashville and Louisville area. So that's what we got for the next couple of days. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. God bless. Stay safe. Again, this is the severe weather threat for today continuing. And we do have the severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m., including areas of north central Nebraska and south central South Dakota. Yeah, it's okay. All right, God bless and stay safe, everybody.